Honestly, like, I don't even know if people can tell what we're shouting. Like, who knows? Who has any idea?
Who has any idea?
It's a fun little secret.
Yeah. It could be really echoey and horrible. Who knows?
It could be absolutely terrible.
Probably super echoey.
I like that.
Yeah, cool.
This much. That's fine.
Anyway,
we are.
We're so live.
We're so live right now.
Cool.
Oh,
so,
dude.
hey, we have already cried.
No.
That's happened. There's been crying. Pizza's been consumed. These guys have discovered that there's a billion Yakult in my office. So
it's very cultured.
Been a time.
Other probiotics are available.
Matt, no. Get
I
out.
don't know it's live.
It was
so
so
I don't
early.
pre-write these. I just come up with them on the fly.
What, like a live culture?
No one would.
What are you?
Thank you, Naomi. Anyway, so Jeff has some questions.
What's up, dude?
Also, hello.
Hi.
Sorry, hi.
Hello.
We should hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the last little live post-show Q&A chat. Thank you if you're here. If you just watched the finale where we all cried.
What's up?
I didn't.
Okay, Sasha almost did. If you gotta like, no.
I spent all my tears on Bluey. I'm so sorry.
I got so many feelings. The number of feelings you can fit in this bad boy is too many.
I give all my feelings to Rhys.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I needed those.
I don't know how close this microphone needs to be, man.
Also, Nate and Jeff are also here in the background.
Hey!
We figured it's the last one. We can let them on camera without any serious
I don't
repercussions. It's gonna
Can't
the
find
stream's
it
gonna
now.
get cut immediately. We've planned this to an absolute T. But we figured we got some lovely Discord questions. I'm sure the cast is gonna ask me what the fuck, Matt. We're gonna go from there. What the fuck with you? What the fuck up with you? I'm gonna hand over to Sasha because there we go.
I've just seen
What, for me
great
to just like
questions.
ask questions and stuff? Sorry, I know the first question was, Matt, what the fuck?
Yeah, Matt, what the fuck?
You know what? You work with what you got, okay? You work.
Hey, yeah. Blame the talent.
You give me these lovely, happy, perfect characters with absolutely nothing wrong, nothing bad going on. I thought, great.
Matt, wrong show. You're talking about something else.
That doesn't sound like the cast I know.
I was pretty happy. Briefly. I was sat in that town. Where's my bucket? My bucket's in my coat. I brought the bucket. Of course I brought the bucket.
There's a bucket.
I love the bucket. Later we'll bring it.
All right.
It's such a large microphone.
But yeah, no, I was pretty happy. Sitting
Yeah.
in the tower alone, having no knowledge of happiness.
Yeah.
And
No knowledge.
Do I need to pass the mics around a little bit more?
I don't know.
This is mine forever
Can
now.
you hear us okay, chat? Because we're hoping.
I also have no idea how loud this microphone is. I just keep saying garbage.
Well, everyone.
But eyes on chat. Yeah, I've got some from the Discord. If you're in the chat, pop some others in the chat. There's one that I'm really, I just think we should ask this one, but it's because it's about me. So we can save that one till later.
Bard is the answer.
I've got...
16 countries.
No.
3 provinces.
I'm an absolute delight and currently waiting for permission to live in this country forever. So please don't kick me out. I like it here.
Open for marriage proposals.
I don't know what my husband would say about that, but hell yeah, propose to me. Let's see what happens.
Anyway, let's talk about the show. What happened in the show? What did happen? And everything in between.
The first question we have is, did you have a plan for Series 2 when you began Series 1? If so, did it change with the cast?
Yeah.
Good question. Very good question.
It's an excellent question. In hindsight, no, I couldn't, but I thought I could. I think that is the most honest answer I could give. Yeah, there was a plan, absolutely. Like the whole not death thing was a thing from the start, and how that was implemented was probably a lot more grand and epic in my head from when we kicked off. But I think accommodating brand new people at the table and trying to incorporate new stories was hard because they're lovely little balls of chaos, and I thought, great, I'm going to give them this mechanic, and they're just going to break it and me at the exact same time. No, so I was going to have much more like severe world-ending stuff happening, but instead it became much more character-focused and trying to like fix their stuff in between, which was great. I still think led to an excellent story on the back of that. And if there's anything I learned about season 2, you can't plan Jack. You can't. You absolutely can't.
Jack just turns up.
Jack just shows up.
Famously anti-planning.
Yeah.
So,
Rhys and I are very well-behaved players who can be relied upon to do exactly as we're told at all times.
We work well individually as well as
And
part
as
of
a team, we have a real synergistic approach.
Yeah, we've got.
apparently this is an interview now.
In 5 years' time, that's a very good question. I would like to celebrate the 5-year anniversary of answering this question.
My biggest flaw
Yeah.
is probably this one. This is quite large. It is a big flaw. I have an additional question, which is, Rhys, are you able to go outside and turn a corner briefly and then come back?
I could. I think I could.
Oh wow! Oh,
Oh dear.
oh, there he goes.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
I like it all.
Whoa,
And that's how Rhys left the show.
strong
I'm
words.
terrified.
Really, really
I'm
strong words.
Why?
Because
What possible reason?
I don't know. I'm just gonna give you the mic.
So I saw some questions in the chat which I thought were really important, which is what is my favourite spoon? And the answer
Yeah,
is
that
a
was
sport.
literally the next question. Is what is your favorite spoon?
I really hope it's this that you want.
Yeah.
Good. So, Matt.
Guys, we've just started. You're gonna make me cry. And it's been like, I'm not even wearing a watch. It's only been 5 minutes.
My hydration is
needs
dangerously low as a result. So there you go.
Sweet.
What are the
Lovely.
What are the chances they were gonna give me a present? You know,
Do you want to read the tag?
Yeah.
the best.
Dum,
The
dum,
better
dum, dum,
players.
dum,
XO.
dum,
XO.
dum, 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 dum,
To the best DM from the better players.
Wait.
Thank you, team.
Charles is typing.
Don't peek, whip it out.
Skadoosh.
God fucking damn. We're going to get...
I keep looking at the monitor and not at the
one you are
camera.
currently wearing.
I keep trying to gym you all, but I keep looking at the monitor instead
It's a
of the
Nat
camera.
20 hat.
Wait.
Bam!
Oh
It's
my
very
god, it's the
similar
same
to-
color and everything.
The same hat.
Ah, good. And
Find the exact same.
you did. And he never took it off again. It says Matt 20. If you can't see.
Which is what we
'cause it's
call
funny
when
'cause
Matt
Matt
rolls
is-
with
it
disadvantage
sounds like
on
a
6
gnat,
dice
but
and
it's
still
the
gets
Matt.
20s on all of them, which is bullshit. We handmade that, so enjoy.
That is amazing. Thank you. On that, because I saw it pop up in the Discord, I have never once fudged a dice roll in this show. Not once. There has never been a point.
Honestly, roll the dice in our show.
Hang on.
Naomi's
Hang on.
only
No,
ever
let's
flubbed a
rewind.
dice roll.
Rewind.
Like,
Is that true?
Baby, no.
I was
If
like,
I was fudging my dice rolls, there'd have been, more double digits this year.
you might
I
get an
wouldn't have
11 once in a
died so
while.
I literally did not roll a single natural 20 this whole year, I'm pretty sure. Someone go check, but in my memory, I cannot remember rolling a nat 20. Yeah, yeah, we can yell, you can yell.
You can yell into this one.
Yeah.
I've got big.
Hello.
You were, that was foolish.
And it means that Jeff will stop.
But this is very touching. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, team. Oh, big something. This is a big something because it's made with love, and
Only a little bit of blood.
only a little bit of blood.
and some of Naomi's blood. Just a little bit of Naomi's blood.
Little bit.
A little bit with the.
If you're interested in
I've still
buying
got,
any of Naomi's
holes
blood.
from stabbing myself. And the thing is I was sewing the hat, and I'm not very smart, and so I'd be pushing the needle through the denim and just be into my hand the other side.
Works well individually as well as part of a team.
That's what this name is.
Right.
You-
That was originally white.
You'd think that's a drop shadow, but it's actually not.
Next question. Thank you, team. Love you all.
What is your favorite spoon? What's your favorite spoon?
Okay, I lied. I don't have a favorite spoon. But wait. My favorite spoon is actually a spork. No, shut up. My parents got given a set of sporks as their wedding gift from my grandmother. And now I'm like, that's when you know you've made it, when people gift you a full spork set. Because let me tell you, I still don't have a spork as good. And my entire childhood, I thought everyone had sporks in their home. It turns out people don't. And Rhys has already broken something.
No, it's just the tissues. They're very heavy tissues.
I imagine if you were eating a chili con carne, that a spork would
Sporks
be
are ideal, and it's
the
bonkers that people
single
don't have them.
greatest thing.
Do they have this serrated one edge?
No, God, no. I think we would have cut ourselves in that case.
I've used one like that because when I broke my arm and I literally couldn't use this arm.
Point it at your mouth.
I Well, I was trying to sort of like keep like everyone.
Do you want me to
So
take it back?
it's fine. You know, like this, right?
It's all the stuff you missed from behind the scenes that gets edited out.
Yeah, is all this trash. So when I broke my arm, I couldn't use a knife and fork, and so I got a Nork, which is a fork which has a slightly thicker neck, so that you can use it to press down. And it has like very slightly thinner edges, and it's incredible.
What is your favorite spoon?
My favorite spoon, I'm so glad you asked, is I had this one from when I was a kid, which was really long. It was like that. So it was like a really long, thin spoon with a little teaspoon bit on the end.
Like a
and
milkshake spoon.
yeah, and then it had a ceramic lemon on the end.
Wait, where?
On like on the opposite end to the spoon.
Oh,
so
for
just this
bonking.
long, so it was called the lemon spoon, and it was what I ate all my yogurt, like tiny yogurt pots as like a 2-year-old.
Oh, no, very
like,
good,
with
very
this
good.
absurdly long spoon, and like,
That's top spooning.
and it's still in my parents' house, and it still has little chips out of the ceramic lemon where I used to chew on it.
That explains a lot about your
Right?
childhood, actually.
Right?
See, I was just going to say dessert spoon and leave it at that.
Oh, come on. Your
Oh.
heart. Where are the spoons in your heart?
A
The
giant.
one that gives me the fucking Ben and Jerry's is the one that's closest to my
A
heart.
giant novelty spoon the size of a shovel. That's what I want.
You know what? I feel like it's a very Kiwi answer because something you might not know about New Zealand is large novelty items are a real problem, plaguing small town New Zealand.
They're actually regular size. Our country is just that small.
My favourite spoon is a wooden spoon that I used to give as a like kind of last place prize when I was hosting pub quizzes. I would give I'd always give the wooden spoon because it's a necessary thing. And I had one that was for a pub quiz in a pub that still owes me about 400 quid's worth. And so I'm like, no, they don't get the wooden spoon till I get paid.
Rhys, why do all your stories end like this?
Rhys, were they in significant spoon debt to you?
They're in significant spoon debt, like so many spoons wasted.
I actually have a beloathed spoon.
Oh,
So, okay.
how are we still on this?
Because this is good content,
This
man.
is the important question.
Excuse me, beloathed spoon story, very important. There was this girl, and she used to turn up at my house at like 4 a.m. It was a whole thing. But one time I went back to New Zealand, and she was like, "Hey, come to this party we're having. We're gonna play Lady Blackbird because it's the only RPG with a character called Naomi in it." And I was like, "Okay." Turns out it was her wife's birthday, and she gave me a hand-carved spoon. And that's my beloathed spoon.
Oh no.
Yeah, we're moving on. Jepha, favorite spoon.
Yeah, hang on. I got two. I'm gonna link fingers with David here. I got two answers. I've got a favorite type of spoon. Is the Welsh love spoons
Yes,
that you
I got
carve
one of
for your
those.
loved ones?
Yeah.
One day I will carve. They're a beautiful, beautiful spoon. Fucking then I forgot that. So my favorite spoon, singular spoon, is the spoon that I borrowed from the ex I was living with at the time, and it became my like day-to-day like eating breakfast on the tube on the way to work spoon. And then it was still in my bag when I moved out, and now it's in my house. But the real fucking thing is
This
that
is taking
it's-
way too long.
it would have been done by now, but you interrupted me. It's part of a camping set, and they all clip together, but they don't clip together if you don't have the spoon. So the rest of the camping set is completely useless
The
now.
spoon is vital.
All
And
right.
It's spike spoon.
Yeah.
It's a spike spoon.
Right.
Next question. Let's go.
Pointing at a question that's appeared.
Which one? There's so many. I also have the.
Oh, you got
Yes.
okay, right.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're all
I
good.
didn't know if you had that.
Yes.
Everything here.
Great.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
Jeff, next question.
Here's a good one. Thank you.
Kieran, you don't get to ask yours.
In a minute, compared with the other characters you've played in D&D, where do you rate your WLWD characters? Would and will you be playing them again in some form?
On what scale are we rating them?
Are they gooder or better? Are they hotter?
Thanks, Paul. Yeah.
Yes, also, we should probably name who's asking these questions.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
Nah.
Oh well, let's start and work our way down. David,
I
go
mean,
on.
I do know Paul personally, so sure. Right, hang on. Let me bring it up, because I've already immediately forgotten the question.
Your character in comparison to other D&D characters you've played.
Compared to other ones I've played, Alexei is without a doubt the character I've had with the single lowest stat of all time. which came about in a fun game between Matt and I after drinking far too much Elvis juice. Was
Elvis
it?
juice is non-alcoholic.
No, the beer.
Yeah.
The
Elvis juice.
No, it is. It is alcohol.
Or was it the
It's
citrus
0.5.
one that we had?
0.5.
Oh, no, there is a super...
Anyway, we got drunk.
Anyway, we got super drunk, and we came up with Alexei with all his trauma and shit. How I would rate him, I would say he has been a wonderful challenge in that he is so shit at people that I have to think about what a normal person would say, then try and think what Alexei would say, and then how he can intentionally not say it well. Yeah, oh my god, yeah, like trying to find a way, the fucking, to you, I'm, by your standards, I'm rich, by mine, I'm poor.
Oh,
Like-
God.
Every bit of me just tenses. It's amazing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
work.
Yeah,
Good
well,
work.
I'm basically a communist as well, so it was a lovely exercise in self-loathing. But yeah, it's been great. If I could play Alexei again, I certainly would, especially as a fucking kick-ass paladin. Yes, will return to the character given the option. Maybe in a one-shot. Who knows? Thank you.
Yeah, so I have a weird thing with D&D characters. First of all, I'm really bad at making D&D characters. Like, I really struggle with coming up with the ideas and,
Sasha with the numbers filed off.
like, yeah, basically. And I'm just like, I tend to try and pick like one thing about myself and go completely the opposite to that with every character that I do. It's like the first ever character I played was really quiet and shy. And then like I played one that was really like, it was just like a rogue who was very like sneaky and stealthy. Again, nothing like me. But I realized that with both of those, I was quite like combat averse. So the next one I did was a gnome that wielded 2 great swords, and was just whatever happened was like fight them.
Did the gnome think they were great swords, but they were actually just like...
No, they were actual great swords. I like did some stupid stuff to get that to happen. She was also called Scoot, which is just incredible as like a stupid
Really
name. And she had a perfectly wholesome backstory. Like her family was still alive. She just saw an adventurer's leaflet one day and was like, "Fuck yeah!" So like yeah, she was pretty
Just
great.
Kind of a Sasha mood, I feel.
Yeah. And then Myla started out as like something completely different, and then Matt and I sat at a pub and just sort of slowly like whittled her into a bit of what she is now. However, I think I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before, which absolutely was not a lie. She had no backstory until about episode 3.
None. We got through and everyone was like,
we filmed the first 2 episodes, and everyone else was there like, yeah, I've clearly got some like backstory and things. And I was like, Matt, we need to go have brunch.
It was 2 sentences and maybe Valley Girl as an accent, which we never went
which
with.
didn't even happen. So like, yeah, it was absolutely, yeah, it was just like, we should come up with one of these, which, you know, I think worked out quite well in the end, because I did absolutely love playing her. Like, she was just so much fun to play, and I really enjoy playing someone who is that willfully stupid. It's just great. Good times. I'd play her again. I think I have played her in another campaign because I needed to come up with a character quickly and was like, she's there, done.
Just to jump on the back of something you said there before we move on to the next character, I think we're like, as D&D as a general like thing, I think what we're missing is there is this dearth of characters that just come from really wholesome backgrounds, like, oh yeah, I'm an adventurer, my parents really supported it, they lent me the money so I could buy my first chainmail. And
I would have done that, but I had just done that with my gnome. So
Yeah. See, my Toot's been at the back of my mind for ages, and because any character that I've played is obviously me exploring some form of trauma, and it's.
We know.
Yeah, we all know. But like the other characters, like, it's, to be honest, a lot of the time it's just an excuse for me to do a silly voice and really cause some damage.
I think when I met you, you were playing a sentient cloud of glitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sparkles. Or sprinkles. It was sprinkles. Yes, I was playing a gestalt entity that was a sentient patch of glitter.
And that was great. To be fair, you were playing a giant skeleton at the
Like a
time.
9-foot skeleton.
9-foot skeleton with a jar inside of you of your own dead brother. It's amazing.
I think I got off lightly with you two, to be honest, based on
Yeah,
that.
really, you
The
did.
fact that I was even vaguely humanoid is a bonus.
It really is.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think, like, there's, again, yeah, like, most of mine are an excuse to do a silly voice.
You play an armadillo or pangolin at the moment?
Pangolin. The pangolin. So a quick breakdown of other definitely human. Playing a cat that sounds like Edwin. Look him up, kids. I'm an old man. Deal with it. And placeholder Sprinkles, who again another one called Sprinkles, who is a frog who wishes to become a god, and sounds like a stand-up comedian who I'm very. No, that was the other one. That was the knitted doll that was actually a god.
Yeah, one time we played a game where I was a glove. Squeeze him, and you were a.
I was a knitted doll that was the embodiment of chaos.
Are we saying Toot's one of the most hinged characters you've ever played? Then?
I mean, on a number of levels, he's definitely articulated, yes. So he is... the fact that he's humanoid and doesn't have the silliest voice, the fact that he could at any point come out with other silly voices was unrelated. But yeah, no, on a scale of 1 to silly voice, Toot is definitely towards the 1. But it was also a fun... It's a good character to look at and go, hey, what happens if you're not built for this? Because the number of times that Matt was like, oh God, why are your stats so dog shit? It's like, well, because he's built to be beaten up.
and also because Rhys likes to be beaten up, like character-wise.
Character-wise, yes.
Jepha, keep your fucking mouth shut.
The Rhys's characters must suffer. That's the point, right? But yes, and Naomi, what about your characters?
I feel like I think of my characters very specifically like in the bubble in which they exist. So their job is to complete like their personal arc, and then I'm like, nice, and I put them in a little box, and I'm just like, good job. So I don't feel. Now sleep forever. And now sleep forever. So I don't necessarily feel like the desperate need to pull 4 out again. I'm like, she had her time. She was a pile of goop. Valid. Yeah. I think. What else am I playing? I play a lot of very silly characters. I'm playing a chicken nugget wizard a lot at the moment.
Yeah. Good chicken nugget.
I got off so lightly.
You got off so lightly. Yeah. I just play a lot of different things. I think I'm just like, I want to play a character who's really interested in this particular emotional change or this particular arc, and then I just do that thing, and I'm like, wow, interesting, and then I move on.
Like half of the imagination of you two. Like, I'm just like, a gnome with great swords, an elf, but she's blue. Like,
I think
that's it. That's the extent of it.
We've been playing games for a long time.
Yeah.
We did our gnome with great swords, but it was like 20 years ago.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely still at the like, I don't know, just.
We're so old.
Shut up. I'm older than all of you. I'm literally down in Sasha's phone as Old Man Rhys.
No, Old Man Lawton.
Sorry, Old Man Lawton. Like, that's...
That is a great Western name.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Old Man Lawton.
Anyway, the good news is that Rhys's WhatsApp name is about to change to de Lawton. For reasons...
For reasons that don't need exploring at this juncture.
Great.
Hey, next question.
Yeah, great question.
Are you doing your emails?
That's really, really close. All right. Hey, buddy. So for an episode...
You can let go of it, Matt.
He's a control freak. She cannot.
Listen, I do this for a job sometimes. Thanks, Paul, for your very good question. For an episode, because I suspect it runs differently compared to a typical session, how much is planning your expansive world versus this is today's narrative versus fuck it, improv?
Matt, if you say anything but it is all the last one, I will yell liar at the top of my voice.
That's not true.
That's not true. That's not true.
I have seen the prep document.
Yeah.
This is, sorry, let me rephrase. There is the age-old, thank you. As Sun Tzu once said, no plan survives
Fucking
first
all right.
contact with the enemy. I believe in D&D, no plan survives first contact with the players.
So. Yeah, no. So it is a mix of three. I think the longer I've done this, because Who Lives in Us was my first real-time DMing properly, apart from like a couple of little one-shots. Woo! First, I planned everything to a T, which you trap yourself, and then you build frameworks, and you get narratives, and you get beat you in a head, which kind of worked. And then as your players get more familiar with you and each other, they feel free to fuck around more. So it turned from that into just making set pieces and trying to string those together. And then I met Naomi, and now every time I hear, hey, listen. Listen. Yeah, that exactly. So to answer that, it is a mix. There is a framework. There is a plan. It went from individual episodes to arcs to basically the end point of where I wanted things to go, and sort of like guiding the ship a little bit, but sort of like looking ahead. Cool, this is where we're going to end up. Let's get there as cleanly and the best way we possibly can. Within the time we had as well, we came to the start of this year, cool, we've got to finish by this date. So let's get this finished, make sure it's good for everyone. So no, there's a plan, but it's probably still about 66% is on the fly with some pieces I've built and plugged in ready to go.
You do send us like documents and stuff. If we the saddest shit is receiving a document from Matt. There's like episode 4. You could have had this thing, and you're like, it's 30 episodes ago. I wanted the stuff then.
We tried.
I sat on that staff for so long, and you just could not roll for shit.
When Alexei became a paladin, I remember you sending me 4 separate documents of, we've got subclasses, baby.
So many. Yeah. Here are options. What would you like to do? And I will make it work. Please, I will make it work. Do a lot of the work up front, have ideas ready to go, and just be ready to pull them out, and also ready to throw them away if people don't look where they want to go.
Yeah, I think also just in the name of entertainment, like this is, it's designed for entertainment, it's designed to be watched, that sometimes for all of your prep, I think it was Abraham Lincoln who once said, D&D prep is necessary, but it's a necessary evil. Also, my beard is detachable, and
I'm gonna kill this man. Rip his head off.
Matt,
Abraham Lincoln?
Matt, I've got a follow-up question.
Yes, David.
And this is one for anyone watching who maybe hasn't DM'd before and is considering doing it. As someone who's now run a very successful campaign to completion, what advice would you give anyone considering dusting off a DM screen for the first time?
Just start.
Don't. Play any other RPG.
Look,
Matt, your voice has changed a lot.
So listen. Look, 5e gets a bad rap. It's a relatively easy system to pick up, but it isn't the. There's a lot of it, and there's a lot of modules. There's a lot of like baby's first D&D. For any RPG you want to pick up. Read a couple of books. Like if you watch Let's Plays, you don't need to copy Critical Role or D20 or anyone. Start, play with a couple of friends, and make mistakes. Like all you're there is to tell a good story. Go with your gut. If it feels right, great. Like mechanics are there to like guide there, not the be all end all. I'm like, just enjoy. It's a game at the end of the day, right? It's there. It's fun.
If everybody's having a good fucking time, who gives a shit?
Yeah. Also, never forget the DM is a player as well.
Yeah.
Like it's the hardest thing. Kind of, it's hard to place yourself in this like us versus them mentality of a DM who's like.
Your job as the DM is not to facilitate and bend everyone's whim. It's to have fun. You're there to be a player and enjoy it. So just honestly, it's cliche, but just do it. Just start, fuck around and find out. Because it's so rewarding. Rewarding.
And also, don't feel like you have to have the best equipment. You don't have to have like an ornately carved DM screen.
No, that is vital. Yep. Spend hundreds on minis. Build a studio. Soundproof it. Rent a flat for 2.5 years. Like, don't half-ass that. Anyway, great question. I hope that helps. DM me if you want more advice. I don't know. I'm happy to chat about it.
He didn't even think about that.
Next question.
Yeah, this Yes, please.
Don't choke Sasha.
So this one actually ties really nicely into something that Naomi was saying, but I've actually forgotten what the question is because I leaned forward too far and I closed
This
my
was a
laptop.
professional D&D show.
When you mentioned something about in like 20 episodes later, you found out something you could have had in episode 4. So what clocks ticked down behind the scenes that changed major things? Like what things did the players just completely miss? Either because they're spending hours in bars and baths, or just because the roles do be like that.
You missed a... Okay, let's see. If you hung out in... You remember like the little stone pub place?
Yeah, I love those guys. So great.
You would have met a little underground city of green dragons that had just been chilling there for a long time if you'd hung out there for literally one night longer. But you're like, nope, off we go. We gotta do the thing.
The moon was going to explode and you kept fucking putting my stuff in the middle of the fucking forest. Okay? Oopsies.
We should have gone back. We should have gone back to that pub. Maybe that is actually secretly where the campaign ends.
Maybe.
As we all just go back to.
I can reveal now. Originally, before we went away, there was going to be like a meeting of the bad guys was going to be at that place, which you're meant to infiltrate and get to. But plot being plot.
Things living in her mouth, the gravel.
Little gravel, yeah. On the rocks is probably one of my better jokes for the.
That was a glorious bit, and it was.
It was very nice. All right, random question from me. Just before we talk about the rest of the clocks going down.
Yeah.
What was everyone's favorite? Like, what place in the campaigns would you want to visit if you could? The bar. Yeah.
Sorry.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I said the bath.
You said the bath.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I just like the flying bath. I
That
thought
flying bath
really
was
good.
fucking
and
great.
And also the observatory thing. I really like that.
Oh, the observatory was that was cool.
I like the like.
The sheep were never meant to be a major part of it. That was just something that you. Oh, there are sheep. Great.
What?
I remember that.
Shocking.
I remember that session where it was just like, okay, yeah. It's just.
I would like to make a maze out of the sheep.
I'd like to see what happens if I try and make a maze out of sheep. It's great.
And Matthew's like, what the fuck?
There was no planning on that one.
What?
I know, right? Surprise.
Where do you want to visit, David?
Now, I'm going to take mine way back. I want to go to the pub that we saw in the first
Oh, the
episode.
Admiral's Corner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Place where you could literally get a bathtub
Like a jacuzzi.
full of ale and just drink it. Like, somewhere that is willing to give you that much. And, look, everyone, we all live in London here. The prices are ridiculous. I've sold several kidneys just to go to the pub with my friends. The idea of going into a tavern and having someone serve me a fucking bathtub full of ale is like, cool, well, I guess I'm just going to drink this then. I wouldn't leave.
I would also like the little keys.
Yeah,
The little key shop.
the little
Very
key
good.
shop.
Very good. Love those.
See, actually, I'm. Oh, I had something. Ignore that. Definitely. Bad days. Oh, it was great. Superb. This would have.
Sasha.
Mine was probably the bath is a really fucking good shout. I'm not gonna lie. Like that was so much fun and.
It was such fucking about as well.
But like fucking about in just the purest, most like wonderful. I loved every second of it, and like that was really really great. I did.
Oh, sorry, I just remembered the fucking moat with dead people in it. That was great. Love that.
That mini is
Also
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Not even a mini, I don't know.
The terrain. Encounter terrain.
Anyway.
Cheers, buddy.
Clock's ticking down.
Yeah, the number of magic items you specifically had for you that were missed because the party didn't roll well or just walked away.
Or maybe threw the person who was supposed to give the magic items out of the thing.
Whoopsies.
Out of the window. Maybe. Maybe.
No.
It's what my character would do.
Now, boys. Now, boys.
Which is why you're on positions at the camp.
Hey, Sasha, how many magic items did Myla have for the entire campaign?
Oh, that's a great question. Thank you, Naomi. That would be one. That would be one, which was no. one.
Your sickle.
The sickle is the one that we all got given a magic item at the very beginning of the campaign.
And Sprouty.
Oh, Cliver. I did have Cliver, that's true. But I had Nata's cloak, which I didn't even get for quite a while because Guy had it for so long. And eventually when Guy was leaving the campaign, I was like, hey, buddy, that cloak that you cannot wear, that I can, just consider it. But literally, yeah, I had that cloak, which, you know, yeah, didn't do very much. And then I had Clive, which I just kept forgetting to use. It's true.
There was the rapier. Oh, what was the locksmith's name? Lachlan,
yeah.
The rapier and locksmith was like part of a key to an old god gateway, which was going to be like another pathway through the moon. Which obviously the attack happened. I wanted some urgency. I don't know. Oh, cool, we'll take that. But yeah.
Good news. There's a new old god in town now, everyone.
I mean, you know, Alexei was A, too hungover, and B is trying to be all like lawful good, so he wasn't ever going to steal that rapier. I
had built Garen Springs as an entire casino town built by an ancient red dragon acting as a mobster, which was going to be a whole other thing on the back of that. But that was pre-season 2, so that was alright.
It's going to be used elsewhere now. Absolutely. Like there's again another thing for budding DMs. You don't have to use that waterway system.
Oh, you can just shit.
Like that sewage system, that you can use that. You can reuse that later.
Yeah, Thames Water will take it off you for free.
And they won't use it properly, but they'll try.
I have DM'd 3 separate games where every single time I have trapped people in the same like haunted asylum type thing, and I just reuse that shit. It's great. And it's really fun because it means they can't go anywhere, and if they do, I reward them for creativity.
I am currently in the middle of DMing a heavily modified version of Descendant to Avernus, and my players constantly do things that I think I'm going to predict what they do. I can't, and my planning goes out of the window approximately 20 minutes into every single session. It's glorious.
Fantastic.
So much gets recycled.
As a GM, I have the opposite experience. You've played for. I'm doing a Brindlewood Bay game for Realms at the moment, and it really is a case of like I write like 6 words on a napkin, and I'm like, twins, magicians, and then like just fucking on the fly. So I think it really depends on like what kind of game and what kind of players you have as well.
Yeah.
Hey, Jepha.
Hi.
Hit us.
Well, I think were there any other plots?
There's a couple. I'm actually blanking a little bit, but if you Matt, what was that? I will answer that question. But if there's any but if you just shout if you think of anything. Yeah, keep going.
You all love bar. Bar good. Bar drinky time good.
Yes.
What are the characters' favorite drinks?
Myla's was absolutely whatever that thing that Toot made her at the end was. There was fucking purple and sparkly and shit. Yes.
If you'd like to have a recipe for that, I do have one possibly. I will see if I can send it to you.
Rhys.
We'll put it in the Patreon, I think, for all the lovely Patreon peeps.
I'll track something down. It involves blue curacao and
of course it does.
And Cointreau, and it's it would be probably quite sweet.
Rhys. Rhys.
Yeah.
My love, my babe. What I do not drink.
Okay, I can make some. I will track down and make. I'll see if I can find a way of making it a non-alcoholic version.
It'd just be all Powerade with some glitter.
No, there's ways we can.
Don't knock Blue Powerade.
No, Blue Powerade is health. That's a health potion.
It is. It's true. It's true.
Is Alexei a Bloody Mary?
Right. I'm glad you asked that. No, but Alexei has 2 answers to this. He tells everyone that his favourite drink is literally the most expensive red wine that is producible in Aralest. His actual favourite drink is an apple martini. Apple-tini.
Yeah, that sounds...
Both tracks, yeah.
Great. You know Zach Braff. Scrubs, JD. Yeah, good.
Naomi.
These are very bad.
Jepha, have them.
I would like to try them.
I think 4 probably didn't experience enough things to know what her favourite drink was. I like to think it's probably like some sort of, you know what? Mocha pineapple, coconut. I feel like that really reminds her of the goop. You know? Similar texture, similar colour.
I like it.
See, Toots would be whatever he can make other people. Because he doesn't drink anything. So it would be what's the fun thing to make for
It's a
other
thrill.
people?
Don't worry about it.
Also, it feels like a very Rhys vibe. Yeah. Yep.
Is Myla's green drink? Is Myla's green
No, I said
drink?
it's the purple sparkly thing.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. So I've been taking them from the Discord, but I'm gonna go back to the chat because we've got another one from Paul. Hey, Paul. Hi, Paul.
Kisses for the Paul.
Kisses for Paul. What D&D content, YouTube, podcast, whatever, do we all enjoy?
Okay.
Do you want to go?
Okay. Yeah. Here we go.
I'm just gonna.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
If
take a nap.
you are a fan of whimsy and a variety of different forms, I would say Realms of Peril and Glory.
You're just saying that because I'm on it.
One of the many reasons to watch it is Naomi and the Chicken Nugget Wizard, as mentioned earlier. If you're a fan of not just science and like kind of exploration, but also
You want to see anything, in space.
yeah, anything brackets, space brackets, then RP Geeks is great.
It's got Chamonix, that Chamonix show.
That Chamonix show. And yes, they're currently running lots of Blood in the Clock Tower, which okay, cool, but I still have not gotten the hang of.
It's all right. Neither has Zach, and it hasn't stopped him.
But also like the standards, the Dimension 20. I've only watched like the first bit of Dimension 20, and I'm enjoying it. But
You like Game Changer?
I do like Game Changer. Big fan of Game Changer, Taskmaster, that kind of. Hey, let's change it up a bit. It's the friend of those with the udda. Yeah.
I listen to my own Realms episodes because I forget what happens, and then I have to do the next series, and I don't remember. Woo! And I quite like Dungeons and Daddies. I think the fucking the twins in that they're so fucking funny.
Well.
No, I just love the two fucking twins like punching a tree. Fuck me, that got me so hard so quickly.
So good.
I tend to I play a lot of games, and I think that mostly I consume games that I'm actively doing. There's a lot of that.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah, that's you, bud.
So I've recently been enjoying playing a lot of Call of Cthulhu with some friends. So I've been enjoying The Call, which I've been listening to on Spotify. I will accept a sponsorship for that. And
you should know that Rhys will only listen on Deezer.
I will only listen on Deezer. Look, Deezer
Rhys,
hasn't
Rhys,
paid $100 million
Rhys,
to the worst people.
Rhys, buddy, we don't need more reasons to have a fight. Yeah, I've recently been enjoying that. I'm on a bit of a horror kick right now, and it's actually really good.
You know, if you like horror, you know what's like really good?
Go on.
There's this show called The Secret of St. Kilda.
Holy shit, it's so fucking good. I have like literal flashbacks to like where I was when I was listening to specific bits of The Secret of St. Kilda. And also if Naomi doesn't use my stab it, strangle it, throw it off a cliff in the next season, you all know to go be horrible to her.
Bully me on the internet.
Please, yeah, please. Please don't.
More death threats, that's right.
But yeah, no, Secret of St. Kilda, absolutely incredible. Does that count as my? So I don't listen to like I listen to campaign 2 of Critical Role, but I also have like the worst attention span when it comes to material. So
I
like
stuff that's really heavily edited because I also have untreated ADHD.
oh, it's more. I can listen to the first like probably 40 episodes of it, and then I'm like, I'd like this campaign to end now, and then they go on for another 100 or so. And I struggle with that because I'm like, but I want my new piece of content. It's the same reason as why I quite often don't finish video games. If I'm just not into them enough, I stop, to the horror of my lovely partner who does not understand. So I still haven't finished Baldur's Gate. I'm still chilling.
Dave and I are waiting so we can do like a
Oh
group
no,
camp.
we can just start because it'll take me a while to then get up to the same point that I'm at already.
Oh,
But
I
like
that, yeah.
David's beef with
Look, my ongoing argument with Larian is except that they're wonderful people, I may just have to stomach it and accept that all beards look shit in that game, and that's just that.
Yeah.
But
joke about all beards looking shit in real life.
I don't think I look shit.
Agreed, but still.
Although I want to quickly jump in for a second. Sorry, I know we're going to go to you next, Matt, because I have an idea of a question that we can ask people watching, and then we can come back to it when we get to
Hey, interaction.
So, audience participation. So, breaking the fourth wall in this particular way. What I would like to ask is to everyone that's watching this right now, what were some of your favourite episodes of Who Lives Who Dice, either season, and why?
Or just like standout moments.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's
There's
a better one.
There's a lot there.
Which one of us would you kill if you had the chance? Not
Is that a question for me or a question for?
either. Which one of us would you kill? We know it's me. That's fine.
It's probably Jepha.
I can answer this immediately. I would kill Matt because I find my feelings for him complicated and they threaten my heterosexuality.
What heterosexuality?
So, yeah, like I'm not a big RPG listener now. I did Mighty Nine over COVID. Just sort of blitzed. Also Dungeons and Daddies season 2 just finished like a couple of weeks ago. It was great. The music in that. So like I love good music. I love good hooks. So for me, it's 50-50. Critical Role is a good like background listen. Also Hello High Rollers when I get time is also quite good from Mischief.
they
Mischief
are
Theatre, they're good.
Back in the day.
Yeah. But also, yeah, RP Geeks is also fantastic as well. I guess Realms is okay. We just play. They're just good. They're good people. I got.
Say Realms is okay.
It's fine.
It's fine. Look, I got very lucky. I got very lucky with Sharmony. Basically, I just like reached out of nowhere, and she was like, "Yes."
People know that that's how you and I met.
Yeah, Sharmony's the reason that these two are even like in the room.
Yeah. Shamini had us on a Dragon Meet playing New Jeans, Please. Which
Yes.
was
It was so good.
I
It
laughed
was very
so
funny.
hard I had a headache.
God, it was good.
I was in the playtest, like the very first playtest with that, and it was so much fun. Shani's great.
Yeah, it was great.
I played a very evil snail.
And I played a very
Subservient.
subservient gecko, drop tail lizard.
Frankenstein and Igor.
It's fantastic. Anyway, great question. Next one.
My favorite podcast to listen to actually is D&D is for Nerds. It's by some Australians, and it's it's cooked.
Jepha has
Hi.
finally been fired.
Aw, my
Jepha the
favorite.
blood traitor. Who knew?
I didn't realise you were a
D&D for Nerds is a good show as well.
All right.
No, we're gonna leave those. Keep going, actually. Even though several people have answered the same thing, I'm gonna guess.
So ask me questions as well, because I forget so much. Ask me things about, what was that about?
Oh, what would Jepha have played? Oh.
A bard.
Weirdly, no, I'm not into bards.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
Listen, I can flirt with things in real life. What I can't do is punch things with a
I
gauntlet
feel
made of
like
fire.
Maybe Sorcerer would have been you.
Yeah.
Because it's a charisma-based caster, and I think that
Yeah.
would have hit for you.
What was your class for the one shot?
That is an excellent question.
You
Let me
were
see if I
a
still have him.
you were a warlock, weren't you?
No.
Daddy.
Don't let
Daddy die.
Let Daddy die.
Jepha was a rogue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rose was the
Rose was the
She
warlock.
was the,
Jeff
Rose,
was the
my
rogue.
child.
It's good times.
I can't. Huntington. No,
What about you,
I
Nate?
could find him, but I will.
What would you have played?
What would I have played? I would have played a ranger because
I get that.
yeah.
The
I-
weakest
I-
class.
I like a good Dragonborn ranger. What can I say?
Oh, shit, Horizon Walker kicks ass though. That's
Oh,
such a good subclass.
Oh, though, I might have actually brought, I made a wood elf boy, Idween. Idween, basically, he's got a bit of a gambling habit, does Idween, and he might have put his sister up as collateral. Whoopsies! And mother and father were not best pleased when she was taken away.
You only play the same character.
that's the exact same voice I've heard.
I love the idea of
Whoopsies.
collateral whoopsies being the name of a character that I would play.
Great. It's a great episode title as well, to be fair. That's a great party name. Collateral Whoopsies. Yeah, David doesn't agree, which means it's a great, yeah.
Basically, yeah, he's smooth as heck until suddenly he wasn't smooth.
Terrifying metric.
And then he didn't know what to do.
It's not the smart choice. It's the one we're gonna do. Next question.
Will. Hi.
No, not on this channel.
I have the questions in front of me.
I know, so do I.
Nate.
Question. Players, how would things have been different if you had been the dungeon master?
No, we're not. No, we are not. I've got a warm up.
There we go. Do you want to start with me, because mine will probably be the shortest, easiest answer?
Okay.
Yeah, if I'd have been the DM, then things would have been worse. I'm bad at coming up with characters, let alone an entire campaign. I'm very much as well in it for just I will improv everything on the spot, so there would have been absolutely no following of any plot whatsoever. It would have been a riot, but all of you would have just been what the fuck, what is happening? Why have they been making maze sheep now for 20 episodes and just going deeper and deeper into the labyrinth of sheep? That I have decided is now the entire saying of this campaign. I would have picked up on some dumb shit and been we are
I respect that.
Yeah.
full
As a person
face
who
diving
also
into
does
this.
Hell yeah. No, you go, Rhys. Yours will be interesting.
I doubt it. Lot more accents. So many more accents. It would have been sillier voices all the time. Also, mysteriously, Karstav Tower bursts into flame just in a cutscene. Just cutscene, that tower is burnt to the ground. The entirety of...
The concept of currency is removed from the minds of every person.
Sudden mind wipe. Literally, there is no concept of trade or currency. Everything. Not every person you meet signs off with a farewell and let us all overthrow those who treat us as subordinates. Everyone who ever comes across as even faintly regal dies. It's that every now and then you overhear you look over there and you overhear a conversation in the tavern. Did you hear about the king? Oh, yes, of course, I heard about the king. Chopped his own head off, he did. He did. No prompting. None at all. And that's literally any opportunity. Sorry, I got
That's Rhys's ideal life. It's just heads of state beheading themselves at whim.
Heads of state.
No.
You go on.
Oh, no, go.
It would have been very silly, I think, mostly.
Oh, yeah.
Already was silly.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Matt,
It couldn't got sillier.
I feel with me
There's
or
wiggle
Naomi
room.
in charge, things would have silly.
I, having been GM'd by Naomi, the silliness balanced out with the just jaw-dropping pain. It's a wonderful kind of blend. But yes, that pendulum can swing so much higher. It's great.
Listen, I just think that it's high highs, low lows, near-death experiences.
I nearly drowned.
And I have no regrets. I will do it again.
Well, Matt knows what I'm going to say because we had many a pub conversation in which I gushed about this. My answer is going to be very boring in comparison because all of these were fun answers. I would have gone to town on this no one dies mechanic. That was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
You know what would have happened? The moon would have fucking exploded in episode 1. That's what would happen if I'd been running it. Whoopsies!
I mean, we've got this, it's this brilliant concept that, you can't die. What makes, I'm just going to get really philosophical now, what makes mortal life what it is the knowledge that it ends. Having suddenly this, yes, Rhys, I almost finished the sentence.
I'm sorry to interrupt. In support of this, there's a wonderful book by Jose Saramago called Death at Intervals, which is very much what happens in Portugal when no one dies and nothing dies. I would recommend, if you're interested in that. It's a great book.
The show Torchwood did a
did
fantastic
indeed.
series called Miracle Day, where no one dies. It is amazing. And like just how much you can mess with that, how much that will mess with people. Your arm gets cut off because you died. Does your arm come back? No, you died. You've just got back up.
It comes back like a gecko where it's not quite right ever again. It's essentially there, but it's like...
Yeah.
Or everyone who has their limbs cut off, every time that limb turns into a new, either evil or good version of them, depending on if the previous version
Good
that
Lord.
it came off of was evil or good.
Spoilers now for season 1 of Torchwood, and it's over 10 years old now, so sorry, no spoilers. There is a character in it that... What?
No, I'm listening.
There is a character in it that dies and gets revived, and he doesn't have eternal life. He has eternal death. Like his bones don't heal. He can't eat or drink. It's phenomenal. It would screw you up so badly. But yes, I would.
Oh God! Like, I'd like to say thank you, Ben Goldman, for inspiring at least one D&D character. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have gone so hard into the death mechanic that it probably would have inadvertently turned into a horror. So it's really good I didn't have the captaincy.
Which I think to that, I love that. I think it was a big boat. It was a big boat to drive on that, like the whole big not death thing.
It was phenomenal in that I can't think of a single time that has been done in a TTRPG.
Also, I love the thing about food. Like the fucking food problem being like, fuck, those guys are going to come. That was really enjoyable. Like the extra like little bits of world building were really enjoyable on that.
Thank you.
I've just seen a question in the chat that I really want to I want to answer, I want answered because I'm intrigued by like everyone else's answer, which was, how did everyone come up with their character designs? This is from Charles.
Just to be an idiot now, we mean designers in the purely
The purely artistic, purely like the design.
Totally come back to me because it was a long ass time ago.
Would you like to hear mine? Yeah. Which is also super easy. All right, there is a music video for a song called Starlight Brigade by Tupperware Remix Party.
You've sent this to me.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much.
And I like the little character in it, which is a blue elfie thing with huge ears. And I was like, Matt, this is what I'm playing. This is what I mean by I'm bad at coming up with D&D characters. I was just like, I'm playing this, Matt.
And I want giant ears, like ridiculous
stupid ears. Yeah, I really want stupidly large ears, and I've never yet been able to manage to convince anyone to do as stupid ears as I would like. But I've given up on that fight. And yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's good. That's literally it. That's like what happened, and then I decided that she had giant hair as well. Because I at the time had really short hair and was like, opposites, that's fun. Thanks.
Yeah, I didn't see very much of it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, go for it.
No, she looks like the moon.
Well, that was easy. If you've ever seen the cartoon series Ed, and Eddie,
it's blank.
The face design was very much Plank, and that was like, because right at the top, I years ago played I think it was a Starfinder game, and played a robot that was designed to clean sewers. Don't you know? And the idea was that it had a wipe clean chassis. And so was trying to do everything, but was also obsessed with etiquette, and so was trying to do everything to make people feel at ease.
I'm sensing a common theme here.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Who knew? And so I was like, okay, one, like that artistic mannequin, the posable mannequins for artist reference, but wanting to make sure that people learned and felt at ease had a face. And what's the most charming and personable and lovely face is the Plank face from Ed, and Eddie. So it's just a little eye, and a big smiley face. It's very simple. It's a very nice design.
Which is why it was so innately terrifying when you had it on a paper plate and wore it on your face, and we were just like, Jesus fuck.
Because yes, it is utterly awful in real life. In cartoon form, delightful, whimsical, fun. In real life, horror. Sheer horror. But yeah, that's me.
That's Rhys for you.
Go on, David.
What was the...
What in the
where
aesthetics
did
of
Alexei's
Alexei?
design come from? Classic literature. It was basically the Gothic literature, your Draculas and everything like that. Very, very quintessential. When Matt and I were devising the character, and this is totally going out of the question now, when Matt and I were devising the character, I was like, no, Matt, here's what I want to do. I want to do the sexy vampire trope on the least sexy person imaginable. Like, can't talk for shit, has zero confidence, completely abysmal. People are going to hit on him all the time, and I want him to not understand what they mean by blowjob. Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. It's
okay, baby.
and Rhys. It's fine.
And then I think for the others, because they're not here, because it was all very interesting. I think with D22, it was they built themselves. I think we did everything in Hero Forge first, tried to get like everything looking right before giving it to Aaron, who drew everything up, or Loki, in the case of you guys, which is really, really nice. And then for Zask, with Shaman's character, was like we wanted an oversized breastplate, which they basically found and like stuffing everything inside. He's like a giant handbag, which is really, really cool. Oh, it was great. No, little spectacles on the nose. Yeah, it's just little touches that sort of like came through. And then Mayway was like this uniform that didn't quite fit properly because it wasn't really something Mayway wanted, but there's like little touches in there which Rose and I ran through. But that was good.
Metaphorical.
There we go. I don't know that way. That's fine. But yeah, talented artists. Find them. Aaron, Loki in the description.
Pit Crew is great for designing D&D characters.
And Pit Crew, dude, they're awesome.
Pit Crew is a thing where you can. It's like paper dolls but digital. And you just put faces and eyes and shit.
Oh, that's even better. Oh no, ignore me. Cool. No, that's great.
I sent you a load of pit crews for my character.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I got you. Cool.
They're free and available, and they don't use any AIR.
Next one.
I will say we've had some comments in the chat about favorite episodes and favorite moments.
Go on then.
And a resounding season 2, episode 10. From multiple parties.
Baby, what happened in there?
I don't know numbers.
Was that the one where I think that's the one just before Jenny showed up?
It's the one where we kiss.
It's our birthday episode.
Yes.
Birthday.
And the one where we kiss and you two get really drunk, or you get really drunk.
Alexei gets hammered drunk.
It's that one.
And tells Myla how he feels about it.
Yeah, we bang. That's what we do.
We bang, yeah.
We bang repeatedly.
Something really popped off.
Yeah.
Something I did not think you were gonna go in for. I was like, we didn't know each other super well, and I was like gently hedging my bets, and then you were like, we fucking, and I was like, alright, let's go.
I feel like if there's nothing else that comes from this, it's that I swan dive into any possible, like, someone presents me with a little opportunity, and I'm just like, let's go.
Yeah.
In we go.
Yeah. And that was really the prelude to all the bath scenes that we ended up having.
Exactly.
Truly.
Exactly.
I can read out the description and the title. Evil has no gender. After several close calls with the guards, keeping an eye uncomfortably close on the party.
That's season 1.
That's season 1?
That's season 1.
It is. God damn it. Why are you not doing the thing?
The episode 10
Where are you?
was,
Season 2, episode 5. I also will just briefly call out the no questions asked. Season 2, episode 10. God dare I say it's my Roman Empire. Keys and tell. There it is.
Keys and tell. Yeah.
Escaping their pursuers, the party takes a moment of respite in the town of Albrook. Swept up in the emotions of the last few weeks, they have a chance to unwind and unload.
Matt
before their
doesn't have
mission
much planned,
becomes
so Matt's just going to let the
clear.
party do whatever they want for an episode.
The glory that occurs. We get the keys, the living keys. Oh, yeah. All of that.
Get the bucket.
Oh, the bucket. The bucket's in my coat. It's over there. Okay. I'll get across in front of the camera now.
Go on
And
then,
then-
just don't trip.
Also, a brief shout out to chapter 1, season 1, episode 21. Says mainly because of the party's goodbyes to Mayway. It breaks me every time.
Yeah, that
Oh, big said. Big said.
Yeah, because Matt gives Alexei the opportunity to revive, and he doesn't make it in time. And balls.
Ooh. Yeah, big cry.
I will point out that a behind the scenes thing is we have notes of, like, me and Jepha will take notes throughout the episode of, like, funny, important things that happen. Some of the notes for season 2, episode 10 are just, some of, and there are other points in the season that aren't springing to mind, but some of the notes throughout are they're just so good because they're just me and Jeff just brain vomiting our thoughts.
Should we share some of them in the Discord now? Because
Just opening up this.
Great, perfect. Yeah, that'd be very good.
Do we have another question?
You know it, do. Do any of the players have head cannons for their characters or anyone else's? If so, what they is? Get wrecked, Nate.
This is what Jepha does all the time.
Head cannons.
Given that Alexei is still the one adventuring, come back to me.
Oh, head cannons.
I just.
You're my husband.
You're just gonna yell out.
What?
I have headcanons.
Oglaf is great. Go.
Yeah, I have like headcanons for just like stuff that happened to Myla before. I think like I have a very, very clear idea now of like what Myla's life was like before, before the campaign and like before you met her and everything. But I think like I ascended to godhood. So like
So chuffed with yourself.
I'm death now. Yeah, like that's cool. I guess my headcanon is, which I think I even said in the finale, is like she'll turn up, in whatever guise is most comfortable, but like there's definitely going to be some people for whom that's a T-Rex, and that's very important to me.
I just think that like in a different timeline, I think Chute and Four would have had like this beautiful like little queer platonic thing going on where they just got like a little cottage and like had like a little garden, like I can see them like having a vegetable patch,
like having Four explain the concept of growing things and that they don't need to be taught anything is like
the stress that comes off.
But they, why?
They're built with everything that they need to know already.
Disagree.
Can I come visit? Just to have a bath. Like
No, I think we have like an outside bath. Those people who put like a clawfoot bath in the garden.
We have one of those
with the heating thing underneath.
Nice.
With a wood fire.
Oh yeah.
But you're not allowed to get too close to.
I'm not allowed to get too close to it, despite.
So Alexei is still traveling around. I think, given his experiences and everything that's happened, first of all, he is going to absolutely create an order of paladins because basically peacekeepers keep everything just and on the level. However, my headcanon for that is that he refuses to take any sort of title. That's just not a thing for him now. The others probably call him something like captain or whatever, but he shut the fuck up, Jepha. But after his experiences with the party and seeing the Karstavs and all of that and what they are, and he is pretty anti-titles. Like, he's come through the other end and he's now humble.
Is he anti-money?
He understands it has its uses. And there are such a thing as overheads when running an order of paladins.
Are there coins minted in his image?
Sorry?
Are there coins minted in his image?
It's not going to work. No.
It doesn't autofocus.
I miss the little bucket so much.
Season 1, episode 1, Alexei would 100% get all the coins minted in his image. End of show, Alexei? Fuck no, he'd find the idea gauche.
I'm glad that's the issue he has with it. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's growth. Okay, see, I think for Godfrey.
Sorry, one more thing.
Oh, yeah.
Alexei absolutely finds Godfrey.
And Godfrey, by that, like the end of series Godfrey.
This will be done in Godfrey's voice.
Okay.
Do
Okay, here
the
we go.
voice.
Do you want to improvise a scene of Alexei finding Godfrey again?
No. It's all good. It's all good. Because he's got 5,000 years to develop himself. And Godfrey is immortal. He dwells within shadows.
Do the voice.
Yes, of course. Yes, well, in his first 5,000 years, he has learned not just about himself, but about others. So he has known that the world is a richer and greater place, and as such, the shadows hold no fear.
And after
You don't have time for Godfrey.
After their 3,987th year together,
Always
Alexei
have
will
time
go,
for Godfrey.
Godfrey, do you have a birthday?
I came into the world fully formed, sir.
I was not born. I've always been here.
I've always been here.
Take the next half a day off for never having had a birthday.
Lick my shoes.
But we have some time-sensitive material, sir.
Very well. Take the day off when it's appropriate.
Very well, very good, sir.
I don't think I have laughed as hard in a long time as when you did that scene, and like we're just sort of going like you were just like, oh no, I couldn't possibly take to wife, and there's like again, and may I have a cake, sir? I
one got you
swear
so
to
hard.
God, like incredible.
10 out of 10.
So much as the jokes you told, oh my God, it broke me. It makes me so. There's a soft spot in my heart and a weak spot in my lungs for the terrible jokes that came out of Sasha. Just superb.
And also,
Superb.
you were
Naked?
also providing your own terrible jokes.
Oh yeah, like I have a lot of terrible jokes, but it's nice to meet someone on that level. It's good.
I only have excellent jokes.
I know,
Exactly.
I know
This
you.
is most other people's problem is they're too talented at jokes. They just don't have the ability to be as shit at jokes as I proved to be. Nate, you had a question you were going to ask, and I wanted like.
Was it? I was going to ask the same one Jeff did, but I'll ask the next
I
question.
can read out some notes from our behind-the-snes tracker.
Or let's,
Just post them.
Yeah.
just post them in Patreon. We should crack on. Are there any bits of lore that have never come up that you can now reveal?
Matt's face is.
I think Matt's got plenty, but the very quick one for two is that he is in fact Carly Rae Jepsen. It's just a side note. Never came up before, but he's canonically. Anytime you watch it now, is Carly Rae Jepsen. You know this to be true.
Seconded.
yeah.
Thank you.
Call me maybe. I don't think there's any lore about Myla that we don't know about. I don't think.
Same for Alexei.
Like.
Matthew?
My big one was Evran secretly being alive, and I decided to just drop
The
that
reaction
bombshell.
from that was great from you. That was.
That was so good.
Really fucking good. Really good. So great.
It was like the thing was I was like, oh, we're coming to the end, and I just don't think we're ever gonna actually like get back to Thildero for me to be able to have the like walk into town and him be there, like moment, which would have been exceptional, but.
The town was, in fact, all no, I'm joking.
But yeah, so instead I was like, fuck it.
So,
Really enjoyable.
before we had to speed run and wrap the show up, your mother
Ooh,
was originally going to be the Val.
sick.
Yeah.
So I'm the moon and the queen.
There was some connections in there we were going
This
to
is
run
so.
with.
This is honestly so validating. I always knew that I was the main character, and you know, it's so nice to have that recognized by you, the secondary person in the campaign.
She's not wrong. She's not wrong. I almost had 5 at the final fight, just, but it would have been too much to fit in there. Yeah.
I didn't really do anything in that final fight. It was
You just broke all of my plans. Like, oh, Shape Earth, there you go. Your ritual's not working now. I've got to reward like good play. I've got to reward good play on the back of that.
The making the Skull's bridle. That was
Oh.
really high.
Beautiful.
Because it fucked you up so hard.
The snake that you released in season 1
Yes.
was tied to a death totem that would have been a way to bring death back, which was before. So basically, this guy smashed a mirror of trapping, which had a spirit naga trapped inside, which is tied to a totem. Nagas are a lot of fun. And if I dangled that carrot in front of you, you'd used it, the spirit naga would have come back and perpetually hunted you forever and ever and ever until you'd find a way to like deal with that on the back of that, which is like a way we were looking at going.
That fucking plain walker guy was supposed to fuck us up.
Yeah, that was great. That was the noise I was trying to make.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. No, I really enjoyed that fight.
Yeah.
There's not like big specific, like the thing is I wrote the world to be as big and vague as possible. The Titan had been freed, and the white dragon that was trapped behind the ice was also going to come back and hunt you down as well. That you found.
Shit, hunting us down.
Yeah, there really was a lot. There really was a lot.
Yeah. For being the main character.
Yes, it all happens to you.
Shit, cool.
We should have travelled with someone else. We should have left you to
You
travel
just
solo.
literally the first person you come across. Yeah, they'll do. That's fine.
Also, canonically, the tower had a big like neon sign of Atlas as a mermaid.
No.
You're fine with Carly Rae Jepsen, but as soon as I have a neon sign portraying my creation,
I'm not sure if Matt was fine with Carly Rae Jepsen, to be honest. I think that's your headcanon.
it's my choice.
So Fabian was, yeah. Oh God, I need to go back and check my notes. Fabian was not anyone's child in particular, but they had been adopted into the family with Ramus. Thank you, Ramus. Yep.
No, God, what was the voice? It was basically just.
It's just to go as deep as you possibly can. I've been heard before. Yeah, there we go.
Yes, Ramus the Vescott. Hello. I'm getting married to the love of my life. It's a very happy day.
Ramus had a very this is some secret lore I can give away now. Ramus was dying, and was also basically everyone was looking how to, because the timelines were like figuring their way out. The death was going to like close up some way or another. Ramus was also figuring out how to get rid of death so he could live forever and
Oh shit.
bring back Stash.
So Stash was dead?
Stash was not in a good place.
So what you're saying?
I didn't say dead. I did not say dead.
So
Stash was not in a good
that
place.
Ramus truly had been hurt before.
He really had.
I'm going to go on a quick tangent right now. So for Rose's birthday,
Very quick tangent. There's a lot here.
Matt, Rose, and Guy over at my flat ran a one-shot for them. And the first half of it was entirely lost to the fact that Rose's character spent the entire time trying to set up my character Ramus and Guy's character Stash, which led to so many hijinks and a kind of parent trap situation where they go into the room and it's the opening like sort of lines of a sex scene. And Matt, who is playing my character because I'm DMing, is just like, no, I can't do this. And we have to swap temporarily.
Didn't feel right. I didn't feel
Ramus,
earned.
just so they can have sex.
Rhys, tell us about Toot's final interaction with Leandra.
Yes.
Before you threw her off the ship.
Really enjoyable.
Thoroughly enjoyable. Yeah. Okay. So 2 is at that point, that was an exploration of grief. It's the idea of the person who has taken away everything, the embodiment of that which kept you sane for centuries.
We were all gutted about the bucket.
Oh yeah, everyone's gutted about the bucket. It's a gutted bucket. Oh, but that was so good. It's so good. It gave an opportunity to explore that. And I think having that last interaction of just like, I think it was because in just before in the episode, like before the episode started, I'd spoken to Matt and Jenny was just like, okay, look, this is kind of what I want to do. Is that okay? And Matt was like, yeah, that's great. That's fine. And Jenny was fine with it. And it was a moment of allowing the destructive side of grief take over. And it's the same, honestly, it's the same as in the finale. It's the same as in the final episode where it's like, does it do this all the time? It's where before it was the anger and the fear and the hate embodied and then let loose that was actually destructive, that like it was destroying him. Because it was like this kind of constant fighting against himself. And then right at the end, just that acceptance and the grief and the sadness of letting people go. Yeah. It's the balance of that. It's the flip side of the coin, but it's a massive coin with like 20 different sides. Oh my goodness, it's D&D.
Yeah. I think we were both kind of exploring that, but like on different ends. Yeah. I think for 4, you know, her whole life has been about the purpose of something greater or something bigger or someone else, and then trying to figure out what you do when that's taken away and how you fit yourself back into it. And I think where 4 was able to like really grind into that and get, you know, grow from it, I think 4 was just so tired by it. You know, like I think that she really took it the other way. I think she spent a lot of time trying to find something to stick around for and just was just so tired. Yeah. So tired of the jam.
Lovely. Jam. David, what about Leandra's death? And also to both of you, Mayway's death. Like, how did it make you guys or your characters feel?
Which one do you want me to answer first?
We'll go with Leandra, and then you can talk about Mayway.
Okay, so this is something which I've held on to a very long time and not told anyone, not even you. When Toot pushed Alexei out of the way to throw Leandra out the window, I like surreptitiously made a little roll, which would determine on whether or not he was going to be like, no, fuck you, your grief isn't more than mine. And if it had been a certain number, Alexei would have stabbed Toot.
What was the DC?
12.
What did you roll?
11. If it had been 12, he would have stabbed him.
I'd hair for it. Hair for it.
His bucket died.
His sister died. His sister got.
It was. Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't about. He wasn't trying to protect his sister. He was not going to let 100 years of abuse be cast aside.
Fair enough.
But 11. As for Mayway, man, something in Alexei died that day. Yeah, he genuinely, like, she was the sister he never got. They fought all the time, and she obviously like didn't kind of approve of what he was, but like they were slowly but surely coming back to kind of what they were, and they had like the beginning of acceptance, and they were going to be so much like closer afterwards. And then she died, and he couldn't save her. So he was pretty dedicated to the Raven Queen after like communing to a god. Fuck, communing with a god. And she specifically chose to speak to him. And then his only sort of direct words to her after that are, what's the point of you if you're letting this happen? But yeah, man, that messed him up.
Good.
So Myla had like a really complicated relationship with Mayway.
Yeah.
Because Myla's whole deal was like, she'd come from this little tiny nothing village.
I'm the only Snell, except for also this other guy.
No, well that's the thing, like, so Myla's whole deal was she'd come from this teeny tiny little village, and like Mayway was like from a much better family than Myla. Mayway was like, you know, cosmopolitan, and like had got a successful job and had like done all the things that like Myla was kind of supposed to have done and she had failed at.
Yeah.
And then obviously Myla had also left her tiny little hometown because she had kind of, made a bit of a... What was it?
Made a whoopsie.
Yeah, collateral. There was some collateral whoopsies. And in Myla's head, she was like, oh God, this cop is going to have heard about the collateral whoopsies. Like, that's basically like in her... She was like... She
basically was a cop.
Yeah, she was, absolutely. And it was like, for Myla, it was like, this is the worst possible... Like, Myla left so that she could get away from the Snelves. And then was like, oh my God, not only is there one,
it's the man.
It's the man. And also, like, it represents, like, everything that I have been told that I should be my entire life. And it's just staring me in the face and keeps being like, so why'd you leave, huh? And I'm there like, she's gonna know. She's gonna know. They're gonna find me out. Oh God. The fact that obviously, like, Maywade probably never even fucking heard of where Myla is from, let alone that like anything had happened. And like, but for Myla, that was so like, she was so desperate to keep that like quiet because she was just so convinced that like if Maywade knew that was like the end.
Yeah.
And like that made it really hard because like Rose, bless her, was constantly just like, we're best buddies, Snelves. And I was like,
Rose had no idea either.
And like it just
Sasha's very good at keeping a secret.
Thank you. But yeah, I like literally, it was just so funny for me because I was like trying to play this character that was trying to be like, oh yeah, cool, totally, Snelfsies. Oh, sweet Jesus. No, I cannot say anything about anything ever again. Deflect. So yeah, that was kind of interesting because I was not expecting to play that because I was expecting to be able to talk about my stuff. And I just couldn't. And so Maywade dying was like a really weird moment for Myla because on the one hand, she was like, I should have told you all of this. And I realize now that this was stupid. But it was also a little bit of a relief.
Yeah.
There was an element of relief in there that was like, and that made her feel really guilty about as well. But also, like, she'd basically just had this happen. Like, she left Thildero having, like, murdered some people and maimed her best friend / lover. And
Was he your lover?
No.
Or was he just some guy?
no, so he was her best friend, and she was absolutely in love with him the whole time, but never said anything about it. And then, yeah, but then obviously he hates her now. So, like, that was all horrible. And I think in a way, the next Snelf she met dying not in part because of Myla, seemed pretty par for the course, to be honest. Like, yeah, it's just like, yeah, no, that seems about right. It seems about my lot. So like that, I think was less of a like shocking event for her and more of like a, yeah, that seems like that's how my life should go. And yeah, that was, yeah, it was a weird time for her.
I've seen a question in the chat about songs that make you think about your characters, which I know is somebody's favourite topic. Go, Sasha.
To the feeling.
So I know that like this is funny because it's Charles who's asked this. I have had a playlist for Myla since the very beginning, and I have added songs to it based on her interactions with other characters and scenes and things and songs that remind me of bits that have happened to her throughout. And yeah, I'll share that Spotify playlist at some point.
What was the fourth song?
What was the 4 song? Oh, you had a couple. Hang on, I have to look at the playlist to remember what they're called. I kissed a girl, I liked it. Yeah, probably that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Give me a second while I look at my playlist.
I was looking at some for me, and I think Creature is always...
Yes.
Yeah, it's always on both of our character playlists because we're the same bit.
Yours was Living Life in the Night.
Aww,
Yeah.
thanks.
And my the final one, which like actually went shockingly well, is a song called "The Void Stares Back" by Enter Shikari, which has a great bit which goes like, "Oh, did I mention I'm from another dimension?" And it turns out she is literally
from the fucking moon.
I'm so prescient. God.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So that's like on there.
I think for mine, there's a song called "Oldest" by Brooke Alex, which is like what it's like to be an eldest sibling, which I always think really like fucking hits for like her whole thing. And then the other one I was going to say, is Lucky Girl, which is I'm a Lucky Girl Syndrome by Katie Lynn Sharper, which is not very old. It's quite new. But like that whole thing of like, everything's technically fine, but it's not. I think that was really a 4 vibe.
Nice.
Yeah, Creature.
Specifically the orchestral version.
Yes. Yeah, specifically the orchestral version. Creature, that was bar Cut to the Feeling by Carly Rae Jepsen. There is always, like, Creature is a wonderful song for Toot as well, because it just...
I always think of it as an Andromeda song as well, weirdly.
Yeah,
so
yeah. No, I can see that. I see that. There's a... See, I struggle because, like, nailing down one song for a character is so hard, and trying not to make it, like, glib, but also make it mean something. But also, like, little things like just a little bit of music, weirdly enough, from Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds. Yeah, there's a little bass.
It's just like a whole thing.
What would you say the chances of anything coming from Mars?
Look,
So we're running out of we're starting around out of time. So I'm going to answer this other question from Charles. If Tuta just straight up killed Leandra, Rube would have just shown up. For reasons I'm going to hang on to for just me. But it would have.
Oh, what happened to Leandra after she went off the ship?
I know
I could go watch it, but
Rubel caught her in midair while she was flying, and as they flew together, he offered Jenny a deal, which Jenny took, and he teleported her into the Hells.
Nice. Is she like Queen of the Hells now?
She's doing something before this entire thing switched around.
I love that she's got a girl boss arc.
She's.
That means Alexei has to go to the Hells and kill her, because I'm fine with that.
Absolutely.
Right.
Basically, Rubel had plans for Leandra, and that would have very much ruined that, and you would have been cinders immediately. Rubel would have come and just taken you out. So the fact you only pushed her off wasn't quite enough. But you probably would have had to go to hell instead, and that would have been. Oh, that was great. What Eldritch gods? How did I get my rolls? That's a good question.
You do have really bullshit rolls.
You really do.
The thing is when we give Matt like triple disadvantage, and he finally rolls like a single one, and then the dice get fucking thrown across into the fucking corner.
When we packed the studio down, I found so many dice in the corner. Like, oh, that's where that is.
It was beautiful. It was a beautiful time.
You know what I also loved? Doing this every time Sasha did a roll.
How did that become? When did that become a thing?
I do that now. Like, I don't look when people roll. I'm like, oh, wait, no.
I am in your head forever, rent free. Yes. I can't even remember quite how it became a thing, but like
when we were sat next to each other, we started rolling, and
yeah.
it was like, anytime I look at these dice,
it's awful. So let's go away. Yeah. And it was.
What were you gonna say, Jeff?
So we're talking about finding a bunch of the dice just like over in the corner. Every fucking week after we would film, the next day I would find so many raisins, Maltesers,
Crispy M&Ms.
grapes. I'm sure some of the raisins probably used to be grapes. I would go in the studio and clean.
I got my entire deposit back. I'm calling that a win.
So much food. And one time, a dead hornet.
Oh, the dead hornet.
The dead hornet was huge.
I don't think any of us threw the dead hornet. Gonna be honest.
But what if?
Well,
I threw a Malteser one time, and then there's no more throwing Maltesers from there.
my mini was never the same ever again. You can't.
I am genuinely devastated that you didn't put the clip of there was you throwing multiple things, and I can't remember whether it was. I think it was sweets or something. And I'm just there like catching all of them like this, and Naomi's just there like fucking jocks, and I was just there being
Jock
like,
nerds,
listen.
yeah.
It's definitely in there. I think I was listening to it back on the podcast. Like, sometimes I forget you guys are jocks.
No, but I think that was just a small one. There was a really good one. Yeah. Yeah. No,
I
it
think
happens
was I throwing the devils or like the little babies?
That
at
was
you?
one. So
yeah.
That was when Naomi said that one. But there was one when like I think it was in the pre-show stuff, and we were all just dicking around about things, and we were doing like proper, just like grabbing them out of the air.
There's always like a good 15 minutes of like pre-record of just
trash.
Talking of pre-record, we should talk about your pre-record ritual. that you do for us that people won't know about, because that's really cute.
That's very cute.
So I have that giant bucket of animals, which you may have seen like to the side, and it occasionally gets brought out if I turn into an animal, or if Matt's like, I need a zebra.
That's what I bought it for.
Yeah. So before each episode, I ask everyone what the vibes are, and I interpret based on that which animal they will be given for that episode.
That's
And
cute.
the vibes really, really range from a bit tired to feel like a man being walked through the eye of a needle while wearing a pair of hot pants and on a motorcycle.
And
It's like a pangolin.
pangolin in this trying time.
I'm really glad you thought it was cute, because I used to sometimes just be like, I'm just doing my vibes thing again. Everyone has to do it because it's a thing.
It's just the dump.
And like, so no, that's...
And then we'd almost always listen to Thunderstruck before we start
Yeah.
rolling as well, which is
Yeah.
where most of the dancing gifts come from.
Sasha.
Sasha. And we're not telling that story. That is not.
All this is saying, though, is that once again, it is all about me.
The rest of us are just all sung here.
Yeah.
That's the main character.
Yeah.
We're the backup dancers, really.
Yeah.
Definitely the backup dancers to Sasha's Gladys Night.
It's so nice that this has finally been acknowledged. It makes it so much easier when everyone else says it.
It only took 2 seasons.
I think we're coming to the end, so I'm going to hand it back. Do you have anything to ask each other or me before we wrap up the show?
Matthew, I've been thinking about this for a long time. Will you be deported with me?
Of course.
I've got dual citizenship. Get fucked.
Same.
What?
Yeah, that's
You would marry him, right?
Are we being serious?
But David's marrying me.
Yes, 1,000 times yes.
There we go.
Throuple marriages exist, Jepha.
Not legally.
I will,
All
to
right,
quote a great film, I will make it legal.
I had nothing else to add.
Oh. No. I was really trying to move things on.
Who would you marry for visa reasons?
been there, done that, mate.
Don't get married, because
I'm
Get married for love and love. I mean, I got married for love as well, but also
yeah.
Hey, whoa, what's wrong with getting married for alliances?
Listen,
I feel that's massively fallen out of favour, and...
listen. I am such a bargain with like New Zealand, UK, Scotland. Like I'm a good package of visas, and there is a.
Ireland, and you know, it's sorry, what
You get Ireland?
Yeah, my mom's from Northern Ireland.
Ireland.
I get, yeah.
Ireland. Yeah.
Ah, there you go.
Right now.
on passport. Thank you.
I bring nothing to the table, Rhys. Don't worry.
If anyone's looking to still be an EU citizen, I am single.
Yeah.
What's in it for me?
I don't think that there's really any questions to ask each other we haven't asked each other.
What else is in it for me?
I'm just tonight without crying, and that's.
That's not true.
I got. No. That wasn't a challenge. This is more. Matt, would you do it again?
That's a difficult question to answer. Yes, but I would do it differently, but I don't know how yet.
Cool. I'm glad you do it again.
I do it again. This was difficult. And
Would you do it again with us? Which is maybe a more important coda.
That was in brackets when I said it, so I assumed.
We're not announcing campaign 2. This isn't a bit.
No.
Happily.
Good.
Happily, but I think we'd go into it with a fresh idea of what the campaign would be. It'd be a clean break with a clean vision, and not. I wouldn't be flying by the seat of my pants quite so much. I don't think.
Cool.
Yeah.
Would
you do it again with me? That's also like.
I would be 5% less mean in the next version.
So 90%.
So 90% mean.
I'd do it. Yeah, I'd do it again.
Yeah, I'd definitely do it again. It's been like so much fun, and like I I think this is possibly the first D&D campaign I've ever finished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would do a lot of things just to make Matt cry because it really it's very enjoyable. Really, really enjoyable.
No.
Yeah, I think I'd have been more sad. Yeah, I'd have gone more tragic instead of,
Yeah. Well, now we know.
glory. But now we know.
Matt, this is the second campaign I've been in with you. What does that tell you? To answer the question seriously, I think my answer is pretty much the same as yours. Yes, there are things I do differently. I'm not sure what they are yet, but yeah.
I would have been just much more whimsical. So much more whimsy.
As if there was room.
I know, I've still got a little bit of space.
This boy can fit so much whimsy in it.
So much whimsy. Lousy with whimsy.
I think I probably would have put maybe a leash or some kind of sensor attached to Jepha. Like something.
Just the sensor.
It's just like a some sort of shock collar.
Realistically, like a bell just to let you know that they're coming. Like,
I always know when they're coming.
When I was little, so my uncle is blind. He's dead
It's
now,
so
so he's no
cancelled.
longer blind. My uncle was blind, and I was a tiny weeny baby. And so to make sure my blind uncle didn't stand on me, they put a little bell on me.
And that's how it fucking started.
why did they?
Not nature, baby.
Why did they take
not
it off?
take it off?
Eventually, I got big enough that I could move out the way.
They still
The bell
kept
should
the
stay.
bell on you.
Yeah, they
the
should have.
bell
Yeah.
should have stayed.
No, the thing is, you don't actually need a bell on Jepha because you can always hear them before you see them.
Special skill. Loud is my special
But I just
skill.
think a bell that heralds the coming of Jepha is something that is
Whap,
important.
whap,
I will continue with these words.
It's the shame bell behind her. But in a good way. It's a fun shame.
You know what it is? It's like the Godzilla where they're like, bing, bing, so many hours until Jepha. And then you're like, shit, I better batten down the hatches and tie down my fucking furniture. Like, that's what we need. They're coming in.
Reinforce the furniture. It's good.
No, never mind. I was about to say, I've never broken furniture. I have.
Well,
That's what we're going to end the stream.
that's how we end the show on that.
At the end of the day,
I swear, if you say something dirty.
I wasn't planning on saying something dirty. I was saying something related, not to that.
Go on.
At the end of the day, we learn who lives, who dies, who tells their story.
Boo!
Why I'm not allowed on camera.
It's alright, we'll cut out live.
Should we do little goodbyes each? Should we each do little goodbyes?
Yeah, go on, we'll start with Rhys. No, we'll end with
No, I'm not ready.
Sasha, go on.
I am the main character. Yeah, honestly, this has just been absolutely so much fun, and it has been so weird getting to play something that other people give a shit about. Genuinely, it's been so nice. And it's just really, really cool that that's something that we'll always have, and that you'll always have too. It's just
We'll always have Manhattan.
we'll always have Manhattan.
We'll always have Aerolist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's lovely. It's genuinely lovely.
Are you ready, David?
Yeah. I mean, kind of ditto, but that's a shit thing to say, so I'm going to elaborate. Thank you to everyone that's really adopted this as their thing. Last time I was in this building, in fact, it's weird. This is the first time I've been in this building sober.
Same.
Dom comes up to me, love you, buddy, and I'm super drunk, so I wasn't really sure it happened until Matt confirmed it later on, to be like, hey, I love you. I love your character. Alexei is amazing. That was one of the weirdest experiences of my life in a great way. And also, while I'm sort of naming names, I kind of want to give a huge shout out to Charles.
Yes, Charles.
Because on the Discord a couple times, I've seen, I did not think anyone on God's green earth would relate to Alexei Karstav of all people.
You should call someone.
Get
Yes,
help.
yes, you should
Get
call
help.
me and I will be your best friend from now on.
Don't promise that.
But yeah, you fell so in love with that character, and that really did
Warriors.
genuinely warm my cold dead heart very often. So thank you so much, but also thank you to everyone that's watched. Thank you to everyone who's like pitched in questions and just supported us for this entire thing. So
Charles
appreciate
has
that.
put in the chat whilst you've been talking, and it's a delightful message, and we just love you, Charles.
What has he said?
It's been a delight watching along for the last few months. I don't think I'll ever shut up about this show, or my love for this show will never die.
Nor will our love for you, my friend.
I'd like to say thank you, Matthew. You did a really good job, buddy. And secret, Matthew quite often finds it hard to take praise, and he can be quite self-critical about his performance. And I think he did a really good job. And I think he repeatedly.
He's doing it now.
Yeah.
The fact that it is now on the internet and can be repeated, possibly from a speaker through his window, at all hours of the morning. Yeah, just I will John Cusack this and just.
You're so old.
Yes, I'm old. Deal with it. But yeah, sorry. Yes.
I really liked making that little bucket. It's really the thing, really my weird personal highlight. Just like fucking love that fucking bucket. Yeah, just it's been fun. It was like kind of an insane thing to come into in Woodford. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good. We don't live there anymore.
Yeah.
Soz.
Doc's Rhys. It's fine. It's South Woodford.
Stupid. Okay, so yeah, I think like it's been an experience, and I feel like I learned a lot. And Matthew put like a fuck ton of work in, just like a ridiculous amount of work in. And I just think that he's really good at that. And he's been an excellent GM. He's made some really strong choices. He's got excellent world building. And these are my flowers, and I'm giving them to him. Good job. Metaphorically,
Matt,
babe.
You're great.
Theatre of the Mind flowers. Very good. Very nice. Yeah, they're so good. Yeah. I have not done before this. I hadn't done any like visible online gaming stuff. So this was my first kind of experience of that. And as a result, I've been like, yeah, maybe I can actually do this more. It's given me confidence to do stuff. And I wouldn't have been able to do that without you and without the lovely people here. The bullying. But also, genuinely, it's as a result of the fun choices that you made and the fun places that you created.
And you took us.
Yeah. And also, my one goal before kind of like hanging up performance, which I might do, I might not, who knows, was to get some fan art of a character that I had played. I'd never had someone I didn't know make fan art of me. Fucking hell. It's so good.
It's really good.
And it yeah.
Guys, we are running a little bit low on the fanfic though, so just like get on that.
3. But yeah, it's just I couldn't be happier for having taken part in this. It was an incredible adventure and a wonderful story to tell. And I'm really grateful for the people I met and for the time that we spent. Thank you, Matt. Yeah. And thank you, Naomi. Thank you, Sasha. Thank you, David. Thank you, Jepha. Thank you, Nate. And thank literally everyone who watched this.
Yeah.
You're wonderful people.
Matt, take us out.
Jump in. I need 1 second. Charles, my phone isn't working. I can't respond to your comment. I hereby dub you Charles Karstav.
I'll take this.
Quick, take the mic.
Oh, just as it pains Rhys.
My spleen.
Thank you.
Matt
20.
Natural 20. I want to know how many dice rolls, how many nat 20s, nat 1s. I'd love to know that. We got the stats from season 1, didn't we?
I've got the stats from season 1 of how many people we killed.
Nice.
That's it. Those are my stats.
Well,
So you're going to do the same
for season 2.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's why I stopped.
really
That's
hard.
why I stopped counting because I was like, hang on a minute.
College try.
Yeah.
I came into this with kind of a plan, and it's weird. It's hard watching yourself on camera. At least for me, like
hate it.
this is
This is my, oh God. I love podcast. I hate stream. I love you. Hate stream. Terrible.
Yeah, but even watching like season 1, episode 1, and like even the test like game we did before that, and like, you know, it's nice to see an objective improvement and style and an approach and things figure out and how we influence each other and how the audience influences and stuff. Anyway, the point is, it's been a journey and a half, absolutely, and I won't pretend I've loved every minute. It's been hard. It's been a lot of work.
Listen, some of these players are bastards.
Sasha is the worst. It's true, but that's what you get for main character. So that's the one.
If you play the main character, you got to take the most.
Listen, it's not my fault you all want to be me. It's hard being this great.
You couldn't even hold it for the whole thing.
I can. We can sit here and yes, I did a lot of work, but I did it for these people sitting in this room, and also the people not sitting in this room as well, absolutely. And that's Rose Guy and Cheryl and Charmony and Jenny, but especially these 4 and Jepha and Nate and everyone else is.
All of you watching.
I was getting to that, but everyone watching, anyone who's even glimpsed or peeked in at another little D&D show on the internet, it's been a blast, and I'm proud. Like we followed through, we finished it, right? Like we got through and we did the thing. We didn't sort of like peter out after 10 episodes. Like, I'm not feeling it. Like we stuck to it, and we have something we can look at and point about. Look, we did that, and it was fucking insane. And people liked it. And there's people in the room right now. I think. Yeah. If I'm talking to like an empty live stream, that'd be sad. No, there's people in here. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, point is, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And all the best. And nope, there's your phone. Bye. Don't, not that one. Go to Chrome. Who lives in ice? No, not that one. The other one. Nate, we're trying.
Please.
And goodbye.